Sugarcube.
Good morning.
Happy Wednesday.
I feel like it's always gloomy on Wednesday mornings.
Yeah. They just hate us. The Mother Nature.
Yeah, and like some days I'm like, yes, I love it, and then other days I'm like, can the sun just shine?
I don't mind. I kind of
Please.
like it today. I think it doesn't bother me as much on Wednesdays because I stay home.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, since you don't have to go out in it, that's nice.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy it because it just feels cozy to me.
Yeah, that's fair though.
But today we are, in a sense, throwing it back. It's been a minute since
Yeah.
I didn't realize how long it had been since we had done one of these episodes.
Yeah.
But today we are returning to Reddit to read Am I the Asshole?
Yes. These are so fun to do, and they're really popular too.
Yeah. So we're kind of doing this one in a little bit of a celebration because our first Am I the Asshole is our podcast that's done the best.
Yes.
And it hit like kind of a mile marker, so we're just excited and we thought this would be a good way to kind of celebrate.
Yeah, get back into it.
Yeah, and like thank you everybody who's been listening to our podcast, whether it's just the Reddit ones or if it's all of them.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate the listens.
Very much.
Be sure to follow our Instagram, we don't really post on Twitter though, so you don't have to worry about that. But
if you guys followed it, maybe we would post more though.
yes, we could post polls and whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I'm gonna open my drink.
And I made my latte, so we are all set. Make sure you guys have your caffeine pulled up. And let's get into this. I guess I'll start out. So, am I the asshole for refusing to open my gate? I am divorced and share custody of my 2 kids. My ex and I alternate every week. Both boys are free to call or FaceTime the other parent after school or before bed. My 10-year-old son, Zach in like quotes, so I'm assuming that's not actually his name, doesn't really do that. Yesterday, he FaceTimed with his mom and said he had a bad day and cried. It had more to do with him seeing my 19-year-old son, so his older brother, for the first time since he was in the hospital for after heart surgery. Zach worships him and was upset seeing his older brother in rough shape. Without asking me, my ex drives to my complex and rings the gate to be let in. I asked him why she was there, and she said to see Zach, so I'm assuming there was switch up. This one's a little hard to read, you guys. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I told her to beat it. It's my time and visiting hours are over. She knows the rules. She asked what my problem was, and I said she's not welcome in my house. She asked to talk to Zach outside, and I said no. I don't need any more drama, especially from her. I told her it would have been fine if she had asked permission. She said to get real because she lives a mile away. I didn't respond to her afterwards, and she left. Zach didn't even FaceTime her last night because he was fine. Is he the asshole?
Well, wait, so is Zach the asshole or is the guy
The dad is the one
mean,
writing this.
I feel like, yeah, because if your son is injured and then you find out, like, okay, wait.
No, Zach is the little brother, not the injured one. So the mom wanted to come see the younger brother because he was upset after seeing his older brother in rough condition.
I mean, I can see it either way, to be honest, because on one hand, it's like, I can't blame her for wanting to come and comfort him, but then again, it's like, you should be able to trust his dad to be able to support him as well when he's not in your care.
Yeah, and I can see it both ways too. I think because so when my parents separated, it was always my decision. Like, and I was 11 when this happened, so not too different. I didn't even notice that when I picked this, to be honest. But it was always my decision if I wanted to see my dad. My mom had full custody.
Yeah.
It wasn't like shared or anything like this situation is.
Yeah, same. Well, I mean, I didn't really see my dad, but she always gave me the option if
Exactly.
I wanted to, which he's always like, no, she didn't. And I'm like,
I hate when they
yes,
do that.
she did. I know she did, because every time we would drive by, like, near his house, my mom would be like, do you want to stop? And I would be like,
Yeah.
no.
Exactly. Like, and that's what I'm kind of thinking about in this case. Like, if Zach really wanted to see his mother, I feel like his dad, like, wouldn't have really cared. Like, if he was so distraught and, like, really actively wanted to see his mom, but, like, Zach didn't even FaceTime her. Like,
Yeah,
after.
and it's like you're gonna see him again soon, so
Yeah.
I don't think that the dad is in the wrong for not, like, letting her come.
Yeah, and, like, part of me, like, reading this feels like she's maybe started stuff before, and, like, it, like, maybe, like, letting her in, like, wasn't really something he was against. It was just, it was going to start things if he did.
Well, yeah, because once you do it once, then it's like they're gonna want to do it again when it's something else.
Yeah, like, they'll find literally any reason after that, and I think that not being parents, we can't fully understand this.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like you do kind of have to set boundaries, especially with shared custody.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
and I feel like that goes for, like, any relationship, really.
mhm.
It's like boundaries are so important, whether it's friendship or a relationship. And obviously, like you said, since we're not parents, we can't fully understand, but even with those relationships.
Yeah. And what I will say, and I know this is nitpicky, they split custody and it says they alternate every week. So it's not even like the dad has them the majority of the time or anything. They alternate.
Yeah.
So
this is random, but okay, say you had a child and you guys were separated. Would you rather separate by week or separate it like, oh, I get him like Monday through Friday and then every other weekend?
I'd rather alternate weeks.
Yeah. I think that's also easier on the child.
I think it's easier on the child. I think it's easier on the parent, and then, like, switching weekends and stuff, like, that gets a little chaotic. And then, like, if they want to, like, have friends over, it doesn't have to be at a specific parent's house. Like, I don't know. I just feel like growing up, I always saw my friends who did have, like, separated parents, that they, like, shared custody to a certain extent, or at least visitation. It was always so chaotic and whatnot, and I just...
It's always like, oh, I gotta pack a bag.
Yeah, and I will say, I've been seeing TikToks recently, so it's funny that this Am I the Asshole came up this morning, but where, like, I think it was a teenager or, like, a preteen was complaining about having to pack their bags every week. But I was like, you know what? Like, as someone whose parents didn't separate for 11 years of their life, wishing that they had the entire time, I would have gladly packed a bag if that was what was needed.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not judging anyone. Everyone's situation is different. It's just, like, for some people, they're stuck with parents who did stay together and really shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, some parents probably could have made things work but ended up separating, and that's just, like, for their own happiness. And I think we do have to think about that. It's, yes, your children matter, and you should always, to a certain extent, put them first, but you kind of have to put yourself first to put them first, is how I feel.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Oh, wait, so concluding, I don't think he's the asshole, personally. I want to see what other people said. The first comment says, I'm missing the part where... Oh, wait. Oh, I thought it was saying, I'm missing the part where Zach asked to see his mother, but no, it says, I'm missing the part where you ask Zach if he wants to see his mother. And, like, yeah, that's fair, but also, like, if he wanted to see her or talk to her, he would have called her. Because, like, he has full opportunity and ability to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Then let's go ahead and move on. So this one is, am I the asshole for joking with my wife about not being ready for sundress season?
Oh my god.
She overheard me and my friends joking around when we were playing video games. I joked that I can't wait for sundress season to be here. After they left, she told me to take her shopping. I asked her why, and she said to buy her a sundress because it's almost sundress season. I jokingly said she wasn't ready, and she got offended by it. Not much else to say other than, am I the asshole for cracking a joke at that because she's making a bigger deal out of it than what I would have thought. For the record, my wife is probably overweight, but I'm not an idiot and didn't tell her that.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Yeah, you're the asshole. I don't need to hear anymore. I was a little, like, confused about the joke, but no, you're the asshole.
Yeah.
1,000%.
And, okay, someone in the comments worded it perfectly. They said, you're the asshole. Your wife thought she was overhearing a cute compliment and wanted to buy something special to wear it for you. And instead you implied she needed a diet and exercise regimen.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay, I was confused, like, what he meant. Okay, so I think I might have just, like, I think TikTok has ruined what sundress season means to me.
Yeah.
Because I know what people our age thinks sundress season means. So I was kind of confused, but this one is just talking about, like, actually, like, women wearing sundresses. So I was confused, and I was like, and then when it said, like, oh, you're not ready, I was still, like, kind of trying to figure out, like, what specifically it was talking about. And then, like, when you said what the post said about the weight, I was like, wow.
Well, and the fact that he's like, and she's probably overweight, but I'm not an idiot to tell her that. It's like,
you're not an idiot to tell her that, but you're gonna post for the internet, like, to see. Like, I know it's anonymous, but, like, you still, like, I would hate to find out, like, a partner was saying that kind of stuff about me behind my back, knowing, especially because, like, most women are insecure about that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's even little things where I'm like, don't tell them that. I don't want them to know.
Yeah. And also, I've never seen a sundress look bad on anyone.
Sundresses are the best.
They're just, they compliment literally everyone. So, like, it doesn't matter. Wear a sundress, like, pop off queen. Like,
literally.
Go buy yourself a sundress and hand him the divorce papers.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Do it on his credit card.
No, and, like, go to some, like, bougie place and get it.
Yeah.
Make his pockets hurt.
I want to go sundress shopping because I want to get some for Spain.
Oh, we should, because I need to get some for my trip.
Yeah.
We'll go. But he's the asshole.
He is.
Yeah.
Fuck men.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for choosing my niece over my daughter? I have a daughter, Wendy, 14, and a niece, Claire, 15. Claire lost both of her parents when she was very little, and I've been raising her ever since. Wendy and her mother live far away, and she has custody, so I only see her once a month. So I have a closer relationship with Claire, and we have a lot more in common. But I love them both equally. A little while ago, I got a bonus at work and decided to go on a trip, but I couldn't afford to take both girls. And also, the girls don't get along, which is mostly Claire's fault, I admit. So no one would have fun if I took them both, so I had to pick one, and since Wendy can go with her mom if she wants, I decided that it's only fair if I take Claire. So we went to the trip, but ever since then, Wendy has stopped talking to me because she thinks it's not fair that I never take her anywhere and chose my niece over her. But I've raised Claire, and I consider her my daughter, so I don't think I did anything wrong. My ex, however, is calling me an asshole and says that I always favor Claire, and that's not always true. So am I the asshole? And it says edit. Wait. I'll read the edits after.
Bye, Jalen.
Bye, Jalen. Yeah, my boyfriend just left to go to class.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I want your opinion because... Well, I was going to say because you have a sibling, but I guess that doesn't matter.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm thinking if my mom took my cousin on a trip and not me, I would be pissed the fuck off. But the way that it sounds like they kind of grew up with a sister vibe, even though they're not fully related. Like, even though they aren't actually siblings. So, I don't know. Like, how would you feel, though, like, if your mom took your brother on a trip and not you?
See, the thing would be, though, it would be me going on the trip and not my brother, and my brother would be the one upset about it, but except he doesn't like to leave the house, so it probably wouldn't have been a problem. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, so I will say, like, this has, like, a lot of votes on Reddit, and like people overwhelmingly have called this person the asshole, and I'm kind of confused by that. I understand a majority calling him the asshole, and I understand, and yes, you need to support your children. I do think that, and like I feel very strongly about that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it's not like it's his niece that he's not raising, and who if he doesn't take Claire, the niece, who is? Like, so I see where he was going with that. But also, if he's only seeing his daughter once a month, there's no way they have that much quality time. And, like, you know?
Well, and the fact that he's taking Claire on the trip. But it's like Claire's the one that's always causing trouble with Wendy.
Yeah, so, like, he couldn't even take both because of Claire, not even because of Wendy.
Yeah.
Some audacity of Claire to be starting drama with Wendy. That's her dad.
Yeah. But then again, it's like if he sees the cousin more.
And he says he does consider, like, Claire like his daughter, which I understand. When you do raise someone, since they were very little, it doesn't say what age, but, like, very little, and she's 15, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's hard. Like, I think he's an asshole, but he's also not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I get where he's coming from, but also, like, do you care about your child as much?
Okay. I understand why people are saying he's... Okay, people are criticizing him for taking the trip at all, especially if he wasn't going to take both, and if you love them equally, like, why would you take one on a trip and
Well, that was my thing.
Okay.
At first, I was like, why not take both? Because if you know it's going to stir shit up, then it's like, just don't go on it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I didn't even really think that far into it, but no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you're an asshole, but...
You're a man.
I was going to say that. I love that for us.
Okay. So, here's our next one.
Okay.
So, would I be the asshole if I kept a PS5 my roommate gave me, even though she bought it for her ex-boyfriend? My roommate bought her ex-boyfriend a PS5 for his birthday. She got him the console a week before they broke up. He apparently begged her to let him open his gift before his birthday, so he had it for a bit before she took it back. She dumped him because she caught him cheating. She didn't make a scene or anything, just packed up all her stuff, including the console, and left. She asked me if I wanted it, and I said yes. He got pissy when he saw it was gone. I guess she told him what she did with it because he started DMing me constantly, begging for it back. It started with him pathetically pleading for it. Now he's getting his friends to come DM me, telling me I was a thief and an asshole. A lot of them are playing moral philosopher in my DMs, talking about the right thing to do. I got her to send me the digital receipt for the console, just in case he does carry out his legal threats. Am I the asshole for keeping the PS5?
No, he's an asshole for fucking cheating on his girlfriend.
And let me say, it's so fitting that a man and his friends would gather around and say, it's the right thing to do to give me back.
After he was
about
wrong.
A PS5. Literally.
You really think you deserve a console worth that much money after she gave you her, like, your birthday present early, and you cheated on her, and she caught you cheating on her? And I love how that's what he's trying to mend. Like, he's not even trying to, like, patch things up, even to like have a decent relationship with his ex, like here on out, like not even like I don't mean getting back together, but just like mending that and like not having any hate towards one another. He is worried about getting a PS5.
Yeah.
I know
what
that
a piece of shit. Like, it just makes so much sense, though.
No, it's so fitting. Like, a woman would never. Like, we would know our place. Like, we'd be like, we can, like, that was right. Like, she should take it back, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, literally, oh my god, this comment's hilarious. It says, bro had a girl that bought him a PS5, and he's like, yeah, whatever, bye. If my partner bought me a PS5, I'd be like, how many foot rubs and blowjobs would you like today? A dozen?
No, genuinely, like, if I got Jalen a PS5, he would worship the ground I walked on. Like, the PS5 not only is it impossible to find, but it's so expensive because it's impossible to find.
If I even got Cross a video game,
literally,
he would literally, like, kiss the ground I walked on.
I encouraged Jalen to buy that, like, the Star Wars Lego game for the Switch, and he, like, was in love with me. And I didn't even help pay for it.
No, if I even watch Cross play his game and, like, ask him a question, I can tell how happy he is.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
No, it's like if Cross got me an expansion pack for The Sims, yeah.
No, it'd be the same thing as,
fun.
like, if Jalen bought me, like, an eyeshadow palette I really wanted. Or, like, if I came home and Jalen had downloaded Mario Party on the Switch, like, and bought it. Like, I'd cry because I've been wanting it, but I haven't had the money to get it.
Yeah.
So, like...
No, literally. It's the little things, too.
And, like, that wasn't a little thing. Like, we're talking about, like, expansion packs, $20 or so, whatever, if that. And then, like, games, like, I'm talking about for the guys, like, $60, $70.
Yeah.
A PS5?
A PS5? Oh, my God. I'm pretty sure Cross's roommate has one, though.
Steven?
Yeah, Steven. I can't remember, though, if it's... I'm, like, one...
He seems like he would.
Well, because when he got... Like, when he bought whatever one it was, he took a picture of it, so I'm like...
Well, if it's a PlayStation, it would probably be a PlayStation 5, because the PlayStation 4 has been out for so long, and, like, everyone has one.
Yeah.
I like the PS4. Like, I don't understand the reason to get a PS5, but...
I had a PS2.
I did it, too!
I loved it. I had a karaoke game and a Bratz game.
So, I had this game. It was called Pac-Man Fever, and it was essentially Mario Party, but, like, with Pac-Man, like, characters and stuff. And, like, I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and then I grew up and found out it was, like, generic or, like, knockoff. And I was like,
that's how I feel about Monkey Ball.
What is that?
I loved that growing up. I played it on the Xbox with my cousin. But now, and then Cross bought it for his, just so we could play it together. And now I'm like, it doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
So.
Whew. Okay. So wait. The guy not giving the PlayStation back is not an asshole.
Mm-mm.
But the ex-boyfriend is a piece of shit. And I'm sure that's not the first thing he did. And she probably should have left a long time ago. You know what? I keep seeing these girls that are packing cash with these piece of shit men. And I want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I will never, like, understand, like, a relationship that works one way like that. Like, where one partner is buying the other, like, really expensive stuff. And, like, so be it. Sometimes the partner's not asking for it or, like, whatnot. And some people just like to do that.
Yeah.
But it feels like every time something like that's happened to me, it feels like there's an expectation that I, like, treat them better or, like, something like that. And I just, like, I can never get myself to buy someone else something that expensive because, like, I save up for what I want. Like, we're adults. You can save up and buy your own really expensive thing that you want. That's just how I think about it.
I think the most expensive thing I bought Cross was Converse. And he bought me them too.
Yeah, so it evened out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so it's just, like, weird. I feel like it just creates a power dynamic where there doesn't need to be one.
Well, and it's like, are you just trying to be my sugar daddy? Like, what?
Or, like, are you trying to overly show me that you love me? Like, I just feel like it's shady. I feel like people are trying to cover up something.
There's a difference between, like, your love language being gift giving and, like, giving, like, sentimental shit, and then just buying expensive stuff all the time.
Yeah, I would much rather you bring me home a bag of my favorite candy, like, a couple times a month or something, than you buy me one big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, also, I guess people can call me a pessimist or whatever. I don't like Valentine's Day. I don't like reasons to just get your partner stuff that feels like forced. Like, and not saying anything about people who do. That's completely fine. And I feel like sometimes people need that opportunity to do it because they might not be comfortable otherwise, or they just genuinely like having a day dedicated to doing that with their partner. And that's just not how I am. But I understand it.
I like Valentine's Day, but in the sense where, like, what Cross and I did was, I mean, he ended up getting me something, even though we said not to. So then I bought him something. But mostly we took Valentine's Day to, like, just do stuff together rather than, like, spend a ton of money. Like, he just got me little things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I just think, like, you guys do it right. Like, it's not, like, that big of a deal, but, like, it is time to spend together, and, like, that's fine. It was our
first one.
Yeah, so that's, like, fair. But I feel like there's this whole, like, thing around women that men assume that we want so much, and Valentine's Day is a big deal, and, like, it needs to be this huge drastic thing, and, like, there are women like that, and I'm not saying there isn't.
My thing is, like, why would you want to go out to dinner on Valentine's Day? Because every place will be packed.
Yeah, and it's like, you just want to feel cool for having a reservation somewhere, like.
Yeah, let's get a little, like, Valentine's Day coffee.
Yeah, like.
Let's go out for brunch.
I don't know.
Yeah. Luckily, though, Cross and I, we just eat at such weird times that anytime we really go out to eat, it's never busy.
Yeah, me and Jalen just don't like going busy places, so we just don't.
Whenever Cross and I go to this Thai place, we'll go and be like, why aren't they crowded? And then we're like, oh, well, most people don't eat dinner at, like, 9:30, so.
Yeah, no, this is so funny. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I thought this one was so funny. Wait. I don't know what the beginning stands for, but I'm just gonna.
Would I be the asshole?
Oh, I've never seen that. I've only ever seen. Okay, but would I be the asshole for choosing my pet spider over moving in with my boyfriend? Excuse me. Oh, wait, okay. I'm 25 male and my boyfriend is 27 male. We've been dating for 2 years and we're thinking about moving in together. The issue that we're having is centered on Agnes, my pet tarantula. I've had Agnes for 5 years. I know she's not your typical pet, but I always loved bugs and she was a gift from my parents. She's adorable and friendly in pet spider terms. I can hold her and she's very docile with me. My boyfriend knows about her and has seen her. He told me he thought it was strange, but I'm used to it. I know not everyone and their uncle has a pet tarantula. Okay, my rent has been climbing in my complex, and this year I can't afford the increase. My lease is up in 3 months, and my boyfriend bought his own house last year. So the topic of me moving in has come up. Apartments are really expensive right now, and the cheap ones are COVID deals, where the rent would increase exponentially within 6 months to a year. My boyfriend says I'm totally welcome to move in with him, but only if I ditch Agnes. I know it's stupid, but I don't want to part with her. She was there for me when I was alone. My boyfriend said it's not like she's an actual pet like a cat or dog, and it's kind of weird that I'm so attached to a spider. He doesn't want Agnes in his house and is pissed that I'm choosing Agnes over him. Would I be the asshole for choosing my spider over my boyfriend?
No.
I agree.
Because, like, I know a spider isn't a typical pet, but it's still a pet in a sense. And so it's like, just because you think it's weird doesn't mean it is. And it's like, we all seek comfort in different things, and we shouldn't judge other people for how they do it. And if this is your partner, then it's just a piece of them that you need to accept. And you need to accept it. You can't just tolerate it. And the way it seems is that the boyfriend has been just tolerating this, whereas he needs to accept it, especially if they want to move forward and move in together.
Yeah, and it's like, I understand that it's the boyfriend's house, and like, I'm terrified of spiders, so I would kind of feel like a certain way. But like, at the same time, like, I don't know how anyone could ask their partner
And
to do something like that, like give up their, like ditch their pet.
yeah.
And he's like treating it like a flaw that his boyfriend has this.
Well, and I'm thinking, like, so if Cross and I were going to move in together and he had this pet spider, it's like, yeah, at first I would be like, oh my god, oh my god. You know, when I would be home alone, I'd be like, check in, making sure it's in there. But after a while, you're just going to get used to it. And in no time, I feel like you're going to be like, oh, Agnes.
Yeah, and I feel
Even
like,
if you don't necessarily, like, love it.
yeah, like, it's not like he's trying to make his boyfriend hold it, or like be near
No.
it, or like be its stepdad, or like, you know, co-parent, like, you know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
and I say that because like I treat dogs and cats like a like child. Like, that's just how we are. We're kind of weird in that way, humans
Oh,
are.
for sure. Like, yesterday, when I was at work, I saw a baby, and of course I was, like, waving and making faces at it. And then I saw a dog, and I was literally, like, acting the same way.
No, genuinely.
Like, that's just how this works.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it just, it makes me upset when people like make judgments about people based on like their pets, or like something that just genuinely brings them comfort and joy.
yeah, like, some people have pet crickets, some people have pet, I mean, what else is there? Like, pet lizards, hamsters. Like, yeah, those are all very different, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. I mean, why do we have pet fish? Like,
Yeah. And I understand, like, don't get me wrong, I hate spiders. I understand not wanting to live with a spider like that, but like that, it's not, you've been dating for 2 years, you know he has a spider.
yeah, and also it's like you can have a conversation about where you're gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe in a little spot where it's like not secluded, but just like where you don't always see it. Plus, if you're living in a place with someone, it's like, if the spider's in the bedroom, you're not gonna always be in the bedroom. If the spider's in the laundry room, you're not gonna always be there, you know?
Yeah, and like for me, this is like not necessarily about the spider, but it seems like the boyfriend kind of wants things to go his way because his boyfriend would be moving into his house. You know what I mean? And like, so like Jalen recently like kind of moved in. So like, and I had to kind of like let go and like understand that my room was now our room, and like have to like mentally make that change, even though I'm so nitpicky and particular, and everyone knows that about me, and I think I actually handled everything very well, surprisingly.
No, I agree.
Like, I was expecting so much worse, like, from me, like, not even from him, from me. So like, so I think that says a lot, and people can adjust to their relationships.
Yeah, I think if you're moving into your partner's space, you both need to make sure to have that conversation about, like, these are expectations, but also I don't want to make you feel like you're, like, renting from me, you know?
Exactly.
So.
No, I agree. I think the boyfriend's kind of an asshole, but I don't think the boyfriend writing this is an asshole.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I agree. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. And this one is, am I the asshole for telling my roommate that she has to stop wearing my clothes from the closet or else she will be kicked out? Lately, my roommate, 22-year-old female, has been taking my clothes and wearing them from the closet, and I, a 23-year-old male, was fine with it, but now it's too frequent. She takes my jacket, my t-shirt, etc., and wears them sometimes even when she has her own clothes. I was hesitating to tell her, but now it's kind of too much and creepy, to be honest. I told her to stop doing that, and she told me she just likes the smell, and that's all, so I shouldn't worry about it. I insisted, and she eventually agreed, only for weeks later for her to get caught by me. I told her and yelled at her that she has to stop doing this or she will be kicked out. She has been mad at me and upset because she is harming nobody. Okay, but it's creepy. Am I the asshole?
I'm uncomfy. Like, okay, and initially, so I think a lot of people will immediately dismiss this because it's a woman doing this to a guy. If it was the other way around, everyone would be like, oh my god, it's so creepy. Like, oh my god. Like, you know?
Well, and it's like, so most people are actually saying, like in the first place, it's rude. But
Yeah,
then
it's
just creepy. Yeah, most people are saying it's creepy.
Good. Because, like, I hate when people do that. Like, good. That makes me happy.
And it's like, because on one hand, I'm like, well, does this girl have a thing for him? But also, we don't know, like their sexualities. We don't know the situation. But nonetheless, like, it's just creepy. It's weird. And it's like, it's your closet. It's your privacy.
Yeah. And, like,
it's one thing if it's, like, a girl, like, if I took your clothes, that's one thing. But when you have a girl stealing this guy's clothes, and, like, what if the guy has, like, a boyfriend or a girlfriend?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just like, it's just weird.
It's messy.
It is messy. I like messy things, but not this messy thing.
Yeah, and it's like, if you like the smell of it,
Get the cologne.
Get the cologne, spray it on your clothes.
Use the same laundry detergent.
Yes. Oh my god, that's something I've learned. Used to, I thought, like, this sounds weird. Used to, I would think, like, Cross smelled good because of, like, his body wash or something. Because he doesn't use cologne. No, it's just his laundry soap.
No, straight up. I've had some ex-boyfriends that have really good detergent, like whatever their mom was buying was great.
Yeah.
And I can't buy it now, even though I love it, because it will just smell like them, and I'm not doing that to myself. That's traumatizing.
It smells so good. Yeah, but that's just weird.
Yeah. I just, like, I don't know how anyone would twist this on him.
Can you imagine, like, you're living, like, okay, say you are living New Girl style. And
I almost did.
Yeah, say you are, and one of the guys walks in your room, and he takes your shirt and says, oh, I just like wearing it because it smells like you.
Oh my god, okay, I have to... Okay, so I almost did live New Girl style but then I ended up moving in with you and Lauren and McKenna at the time. But it's funny, so D was going to be one of the guys, my friend D. I haven't actually talked to him in a while, but he was going to be one of the guys I lived with. So when you said that, I imagined him doing it, and I'm just like, I would just laugh. Like, it would just be funny to me. Like, but like, okay, let's say it wasn't anyone I know, and it was just like a roommate. Like, we don't know, like, their relationship standards. So I'm just going to assume, like, we have a decent relationship, but, like, not super close, not, like, we don't have issues, you know. I'm going to think just standard roommate, we live together fine, and this is the, like, thing that comes up, you know, kind of thing. Because I feel like if anything else had happened, he'd probably be ranting about her, because that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Writing it, you know. Like, it would just, you like the smell of me? Like,
That's some, like...
Ugh, that's serial killer-y, like,
sounds
psychopath.
like Joe from You.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm like, he's too smooth where, like...
He wouldn't get caught.
He wouldn't even say that.
Yeah, like, how do you say that?
I just like the smell of you. Even when I, like... Not to sound creepy again, but even if I, like, hug Cross and I, like, smell him, he'll be like, what are you doing? And I'm just like...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you smell good. And that's my boyfriend, guys. Like...
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's so creepy, though.
Yeah, no. You're not the asshole. Like, she's creepy. You should just kick her out.
Someone commented, too, about just buy the laundry soap.
Yeah, like... Like, and at first I was like, maybe she just likes, like, men's clothing. Like, that's very normal nowadays. Like, I buy men's clothing all the time. Because it's just comfy and I like it. But, like, I buy it for myself. It's mine.
Yeah.
Like, And then the smell thing, I was like, oh no. I think I would have like been able to understand if it was just like she liked the style of clothing he wore and just wanted to wear it.
Then I'm like, go thrifting.
Yeah, no. Same thing. Like, she's still the asshole, and it's still weird.
Yeah.
But, like, the smell thing just adds, like, another layer of creepy.
Yeah, that's...
And, like, that means she's in his room, like, when he's not there to be doing this.
I mean, she's sniffing the clothing.
Yeah, like, how did you find out you like that smell?
Anyway.
Creepy as fuck.
Moving on.
Okay. Am I the asshole for calling my sister-in-law a Karen for banning playground visits? My sister-in-law, 45, female, has incredibly strict rules for when her 3-year-old child may see my 3-year-old child. Am I the asshole for calling her a Karen for these rules? So I'm going to list the rules. Playground visits are absolutely not allowed. Weekend visits are not allowed. Absolutely no visits from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. ever. No visits on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Any Tuesday visits must be at her house. And then I'm doing my best to schedule play dates, but work full time. This level of rules can only be fathomed by a Karen, in my opinion. And I have said so much. It feels like more like banishment. In addition, the shared grandma must give her 20 hours a week of free childcare, but the shared grandma is prohibited from watching my child 3 and 8 months at the same time as her child. I must pay I must pay 5 figures in childcare, and she pays 0. She has 4 free babysitters and husband, and I am an inexperienced single mom. Am I the asshole for calling her Karen? Edit, I have no other family anywhere close.
No.
I didn't finish reading this when I, like, opened it in a new tab. I was like, okay, this looks like the right length. This seems like it might be funny to talk about. I'm so mad.
This is, like...
This hits different.
This is extreme parenting, and it reminds me of one of my friends growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Her parents were kind of this way. And, like, that's one thing. But, like, this is your own family.
And, like, you live in a dual income household. Like, you have a husband, and I'm assuming the husband has a job, or at least he would be stay at home. So even then he could, like, watch the child. But the only grandma, like, and you can't just let them watch them at the same time. Like, what is her problem with the girl riding this daughter? Like, what is the problem?
Well, and it's, like, that's so annoying because there's gonna be times where you both need a sitter, and it's very inconvenient to be like, oh, you can't. Like, your kid can't be here because mine is. It's like, what if you have no other option?
Yeah, like... And you know what? I'm kind of upset that the grandma hasn't, like, set a standard or a boundary. Like, hey, she needs more help than you do.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, bro, you have so many rules right now. Imagine how the kids are gonna feel growing up.
No, literally. So if you combine everything, that means no visits on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's only Tuesday and Thursday, and then Tuesdays have to be at your house. And like this mother works full time. Like, how do you have these rules? Do you not work? Like, I'm confused. Like, what do you like? I don't understand. Like, I'm really irritated. Like,
and here's the thing, I know when I become a mom, I know I'm gonna be strict. Like, I'm an anxious person. Yeah. I know I'm gonna be strict, but there's a difference between, like, I feel like being protective in one sense and then being overly protective and overly strict.
Yeah.
Like, you can care and protect your children without keeping them sheltered.
I'm just angry. Because she has 4 free babysitters. Why can't she use one of the other ones?
And I'm sorry, not to toot my own horn, but my mom did not have any rules for me really growing up.
Same.
And I'm okay. I'm alive.
Yeah. Same.
I might be bad about, like, going to places and not really, like, giving a fuck, you know, like going to any gas station. That's probably a problem.
That's probably a problem.
But I'm still here.
I'm alive, but I'm dead. But I'm alive.
no, I'm dead.
On the inside? Yeah, at this point.
Every day of our lives, we're just like...
Yeah. So, like, maybe we have a biased, like, opinion on all this because neither of us really grew up with many rules, but I grew up around people who had a lot of rules, like,
and here's the thing, too, is I feel like we both grew up with no rules. We both had very different experiences growing up, too. Like, I would say you were more outgoing for sure, and I stayed more, like, I was more of a homebody and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But look at us.
We're in the same place.
We're in the same place.
And, like, literally everything. We have the same degree. We're going to grad school together. We have the podcast. One of our jobs is together. We both have 3 jobs. Like,
one of them's remote. Like, we are the same.
No, we are the same. Like,
we ended up with, like, a boyfriend. Like, both of our boys are really good people.
Yeah, like, we're in the same place. So
That's
you know
wild.
what? You know what? Our moms did so well. So everyone can shut up. No, I was like, for one of our creative writing papers, I had, like, been talking about my trauma because I felt like that was the easiest thing to write about, you know, as we do.
Yeah.
As we do. I'm sure you did the same thing. And I was like, I don't really care if anyone reads what I post.
I always forget that those people will read it too, like our classmates.
I don't care.
And then I'm like,
I joke about my trauma to strangers all the time.
Yeah.
What was I saying? You're talking about my mom.
Trauma. Writing
I was writing my mom. What were you talking about, though?
Growing up, no rules. We ended up here.
Yeah, no, okay. So, like, anything I've ever done wrong, my family has found a way to use it to call my mom a bad mother, and I've never been held accountable for anything I've ever done wrong. And my entire life, it's pissed me off. I'm like, I can't make my own mistakes. They have to be my mom's mistakes. And, like, even today, some of my family will, like, I'll do something, and my family will be like, it's okay. Your mother didn't raise you right. And I'm like, I'm the only one in college. I'm the only one that does not live under my parents' roof. I'm the only one who, like, has a decent relationship with my mother. What do you mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't understand.
That's interesting because I feel like my grandpa treats me like the golden child because I am doing all of these things. And he never says anything bad about how my mom raised me, but I'm like, you should compliment her more too because, you know, I didn't get here by myself.
Yeah, like, I get praised for, like, paying for college by myself, figuring out everything by myself, moving out, like, by myself, like, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, so you blamed my mother my whole life for anything I did wrong, but now you're not going to give her any credit for when I'm, like, thriving and, like, doing well?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just doesn't make sense, like, how she can be responsible for my mistakes, but not my, like, strengths and, like,
Aww.
you know?
That makes me really sad.
Like, I know, like, it just really pisses me off because, like, my mom went through so much shit, and it's, like, stupid, like,
yeah.
No, and, like, everyone wants to say that they support single moms until it's inconvenient for them.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so...
And I feel like, including women, like, no one loves to be a mommy shamer more than, like, the people criticizing single moms.
Yeah, and, like, I don't want to hear anyone who, like, has a full support system say anything about, like, how a single mom's, like, schedule and routine and everything is inconvenient to them.
Yes. Oh, my God. There's this TikToker I love watching. She has twins. And she's a single mom. Her name's Maya Knight.
Okay.
And, like, sometimes her comments are wild. Like, so rude. And I'm like... This, like, young mom is raising 2 babies, and they are completely fine and in completely good health. Like, stop being such a dick.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. I just feel like, and a lot of these people who want to say stuff about other parents have horrible relationships with their children.
Yeah.
Because they helicopter, and I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them will helicopter over their child or, like, force a lot of experiences or... sports or like just literally anything, make their children do things. But I feel like the single mothers that I've known and from what I experienced, I was always able to kind of make my own decisions about what I want to do, whether that be like classes or like sports and like art clubs, like extracurriculars, that's the word I was looking for. So, and, like, so I was just, like, happier, and there was, like, more of a communication. Like, I just feel like with some of my other friends, they didn't, like, have that because their parents, like, collectively between the two parents that were together still would make decisions.
And they don't make it a space to open up.
Yeah, like, it's like their whole life's already been decided. And again, I don't mean that about everyone because, like, my best friend, her parents are together, and, like, I would say, like, she's pretty similar to me. Like, Mandy's very similar to me. She's very independent, makes her own decisions, like, and whatnot. So this is not about a lot of people. It's about, like, a lot of that I've seen. And, like, some don't fall into that, but some don't fall into, like, us, like, with single moms, like, where we are at the same time.
That's why it was so surprising for me because, like, Cross's parents are still together, but, like, all three of the kids, like, their parents made it a safe space to open up about anything. And to the point where it's like, even I will, like, say stuff around them, and I'm like, they're not gonna care.
Yeah, and it's, like, so interesting for me because, like, I've only known Jalen's parents, obviously, since we started dating because we, like, grew up in completely different states. Completely different everything. And, like, Jalen, like, when we met, he was telling me about his parents, and I thought they were so strict, so uptight, like, very controlling to a certain extent. But then, like, when I look at, like, all the stuff they actually they were letting him play in bars as a teenager in a band, like, and his dad would drive them, like, out of state to these. I'm like, fun. That's not even, like, okay. And, like, I literally, like, tell his mom everything.
You know, like, it's kind of like me, because, like, I'll say, like, sometimes that my mom used to be strict when I was younger, or, like, really protective, but comparing it, it's, like, not really. Like, she kind of let me do my own thing.
No, whenever Mel talks about her parents, I feel so bad, because I'm just like, couldn't be me. Like, that was not my experience.
I'm like, my mom didn't give a fuck. Like,
right, I never, like, the only thing I would even say my mom was a little, like, my parents were a little strict about, because this was back, like, when I was really young and my parents were still, like, together, is, like, they always, like, if I was staying at a friend's house, they had to meet their parents first. Like, that was a thing, and I completely understand that.
Yeah, my mom did, like, meeting, like, the parents of the people that I was staying the night with, but, like, okay, say I was staying the night, or say, like, so I have my friend Hannah, and, like, say I was staying the night with a friend who we both knew, like, like, Hannah and I both knew, then my mom didn't really care to meet their parents, because she was like, well, I mean, if Hannah's mom's letting her stay, then it's fine.
No, I get that. I didn't really have any experiences like that. A lot of my friends didn't get along. I've always been in these, like, friendship triangles where they both want to be friends with me and then they start hating each other. And it's very annoying because they always put me in a position and I didn't want to be in a position. There was always a Cancer involved, so thank you guys for that.
Mine always had fire signs.
I love that.
Always a fire sign.
Yeah, see, mine were always, like, water signs, because one of the ones I'm thinking about was a Cancer, who I just recently found out she has a Leo moon, so no wonder we're not friends. It makes sense that we were friends when we were younger, but there's just something about Leo moons that I can't get behind, just because, like, you get through their, like, exterior layer of who they are, and then you realize, like, they're pretty selfish. And I'm not saying all of them, because a lot of people can grow out of that, but, like, if they haven't matured, a lot of them are kind of like that. But it happened, so she was a Cancer sun and a Leo moon, and the other one was a double Pisces, a Pisces sun and a Pisces moon. And, like, I'm over here, a Leo sun with an Aquarius moon, just vibing. I'm like, yeah, I'm just, like, you know.
I was in a little friend triangle with a Leo and a Cancer when I was really, like, first grade, that age. And then in middle school, it was a Leo and a Sag. Lots of fire. When I
was in middle school, it was me and 2 Libras.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and one of the Libras was a Libra Cancer.
Oh.
And I didn't know that until I was an adult, and I was like, no wonder we're not friends. Yeah, that bitch, no. I have to rant about her for a second, because this happened, like, last week. So, she's kind of the reason I got into makeup. Like, she showed me a few like influencers or YouTubers that talked about makeup, and that's how I kind of got into it. And I would argue I'm more into it now, not that it matters. But she had posted about like this powder that was really expensive, and she's like, I really like this, but I don't want to buy the full size, blah blah blah. So I slid up to give her like something that I liked that was like still a little expensive but more affordable, and she left me on red. But she wants to, when she's in town, she wants to go hang out with my mom at my house when I'm not home.
Weird.
And like no, she only does it when she wants something.
Weird.
Yeah, so I told my mom she's not allowed to hang out with her. And I know that's like really annoying and controlling. But if you're only going to hang out with my mom, so she'll like buy you dinner or you can use our laundry or whatnot. No. And you are like a year older than me and you just got your first job. So shut up.
Yeah.
I cannot. No.
Yeah.
And I don't really care who hears this. Like, she still hangs out with some people from high school. Like, I just don't care. Like, everyone from high school is so fake. They acted like we were friends, but I'm not going to be the one to text you first. And, like, all of these people were like, yeah, we should hang out, like, while you're in town. And then I'm like, yeah, I bet. And, like, never talks to me when they know I'm in town.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're the one who wanted to hang out, to, like, reach out to me. And I'm just, like, after the first year, I stopped reaching out to people because we only ever hung out when I was there. And a lot of them, when their parents didn't like their significant other, they would tell their parents they were hanging out with me, and we didn't even hang out anymore. So, no, I make it very clear I'm, like, literally only friends with 2 or 3 people from my hometown because everyone is toxic.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I got a little ranty there, but I just, like, needed to. Anyway.
So, yeah, on that note.
Am I the asshole for telling my mom she can't hang out with my ex-best friend who just uses us?
No. Immediately, no.
Yeah, no. I just, like, can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you guys. Like,
yeah, thanks for listening. We'll have to do another one soon because these are so fun.
Yeah, I kind of want to do another Today I Fucked Up or something.
Yes,
like, that would be fun.
Should.
Yeah, we should do that soon. Those ones are really fun. Like, so if you guys haven't, like, read that Reddit thread or anything, you guys should. It's pretty fun. Like, I feel like Am I the Asshole gets all the attention, but some of these other threads are hilarious. And, like, they're just out of pocket, you know?
Literally.
Yeah. Okay, but we will talk to you guys next week. Enjoy a gloomy day or a sunny day, depending on where you are.
Get some caffeine.
I'm gonna need more.
Thrive today.
Thrive.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.